The excitement just increases with each passing day, and why not? It's the T20 World Cup 2023. We've been waiting for this tournament for so long, and finally now it's the time. We at Women's Cricket Zone, we're trying our best to give you all the updates, all the informations. We've also brought to you the squad analysis of the teams, and now it's time to talk about the New Zealand squad. So let's get started in the outside view, powered by Elista.
स्मार्ट हो रहा है इंडिया, जैसे इंडिया में बना एलिस्टा स्मार्ट एलईडी टीवी विद वर्ल्ड क्लास क्लैरिटी एंड अमेजिंग फीचर्स।
So New Zealand, they are the runners-up of the first two editions of the T20 World Cup. But if we have to talk about their campaign in the 2018 and 2020 T20 World Cup, they saw an early exit from there. But they are the winners, the bronze medalists of the Commonwealth Games 2022, and considering their recent forms in the shortest format of the game, they have done quite well there. So there will be a lot of hopes on how New Zealand performs in this tournament, and let's have a look at New Zealand's squad for this 2023 T20 World Cup. This is how New Zealand's squad looked like. There are not a lot of changes out there from the squad that played against Bangladesh, but just one change that we can see here is that Jess McFadden misses out, and they have included here Bernadine Benjoudenhout in this squad. Now, she last played for New Zealand in the year 2020, but she was away from the game as she was healing from relative energy deficiency in sport. But owing to her really good performances at the domestic level, playing for the Northern Districts, she has received a call-up in the New Zealand setup there. Sophie Devine, who missed quite a few games there at the Super Smash, citing fitness issues, is fit and will be leading New Zealand into another World Cup here. And Georgia Plummer, who played in the Under-19 T20 World Cup, played with a good strike rate as well, is also a part of this squad. Fran Jonas, who did not play in the Under-19 T20 World Cup because she was injured, is now fit, and you will see her in action. So New Zealand's strength here appears to be their pace bowling, because there are a lot of options there. You have Leah Tahuhu, you have Hayley Jensen, Hannah Rowe, Jess Kerr, and the captain herself, Sophie Devine. Two prime spinners as well there, Amelia Kerr and Fran Jonas. In the middle order batting there, a lot of responsibility there will be on Lauren Brown, Maddie Green, Brooke Halliday. It will be interesting to see how they go about their business in this T20 World Cup. Let's know who will be the key players for New Zealand then. Let's start from the skipper herself, Sophie Devine. She will be leading the team into another World Cup. Look at those numbers. She has so much experience under her sleeves. She's just 50 runs away from completing 3,000 T20I runs. Now this tells you a big story. Big story of leading the side and performing for the side as well. She is a fighter as we know her. Never gives up, performs for the side, and it is a no-brainer that a lot of eyes will be tight on the New Zealand skipper to see how she goes about her game in this T20 World Cup with the bat, with the ball. Next up, it's time to talk about Leah Tahuhu. She has been the backbone of the New Zealand setup for a very long time now. As I mentioned, that pace bowling probably appears to be New Zealand's strength at this moment. She's one of those bowlers who will be leading the pace attack of New Zealand here. To support her, there is Jessica, there's Hannah Rowe, Hayley Jensen, and Sophie Devine as well. But her contributions will be extremely important for the side. Next up, it's time to talk about Amelia Kerr. Now, we've been talking about the trio of Sophie Devine, Susie Bates, and Setterthwaite for New Zealand for a very long time. And since the recent times now, we've also been mentioning Amelia Kerr's name there. It's such a big achievement for this youngster. She's just 22-year-old, but already she's termed as the experienced player for New Zealand. Can change the fortunes of the game with the ball and with the bat as well. So watch out for Amelia Kerr in this tournament. These were the key players, but who can be the X-factor player for New Zealand? Let's go ahead with the left-arm spinner there, Fran Jonas. Now, she has been termed as the future face of New Zealand cricket. Has definitely shown a lot of promise as well. Will be playing another World Cup for the side here. She was part of the squad in the 2022 ODI World Cup as well there. But let me tell you that Fran Jonas wasn't able to play in the Under-19 T20 World Cup. So probably she has got a little bit of time to work on herself, and coming back into this big tournament, she might just ask a lot of difficult questions to the batters. So where are New Zealand placed? They are placed in Group 1 alongside Australia, South Africa, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. What are the fixtures like? They first face the mighty Aussies, followed by South Africa, then Bangladesh and then later Sri Lanka. if I have to predict where will New Zealand finish in this tournament, well, they have the high chances of reaching to the semi-finals of this tournament, but they will have to go past Australia there. They also have the host South Africa. So that is going to be a big challenge. Tell me, what do you think is New Zealand's campaign going to look like in this T20 World Cup 2023? It's now time to talk about the predicted 11 for their first game against the mighty Aussies. No doubt, at the top order, you will see those names: Sophie Devine, Susie Bates, Amelia Kerr taking up the responsibility with the bat. With the space bowling unit there, you have Leah Tahuku, Jess Kerr, who would be very, very important for the side, and Amelia Kerr with the bat as well at the top order, but with the ball as well. And not to forget the contributions of Georgia Plimmer as well, who's coming from the Under-19 T20 World Cup and looks in a good form and strike rate. The 11 looks quite familiar to us, and there is a good mix of experience there, along with a few youngsters, but they also have quite a few matches and experience of playing for New Zealand. So it will be intriguing to see how New Zealand performs, because they are placed in quite a tricky group here. So this was the squad analysis of New Zealand. We'll keep updating you about everything of this T20 World Cup and more. But for that, you'll have to stay tuned to Women's Cricket Zone and to the Outside View, powered by Elista.
स्मार्ट हो रहा है इंडिया, जैसे इंडिया में बना एलिस्टा स्मार्ट एलईडी टीवी विद वर्ल्ड क्लास क्लैरिटी एंड अमेजिंग फीचर्स।